Hi, and welcome back to It's a Miracle Beauty. My name is Brandy, and my channel concentrates on reviewing products while also trying to utilize what we have in our collections. So my number one goal this year is to buy zero makeup, zero skincare, zero hair care, unless I'm 100% out moving into 2024. So I'm going to be doing my pan challenges, my empties, and reviewing products that I already own more than doing any new purchases. Today is my final empties video, which my empties are mini reviews. I let you know what I think about the products, if they're worth purchasing, etc., etc. I have a literal ton of candles over here. So like last time, I'm going to go through those first. I've been working from home, and then I also got really, really sick in December. For 2 weeks, my husband and I both ran a really high fever, felt like garbage, had some coughing, congestion, etc., but nothing really like too horrible other than just feeling like crap from the fever. I have asthma. It didn't settle too long in here. I did get some chest congestion, but it went away pretty fast. But I tested negative for COVID, tested negative for everything. We have no idea what it was, but it was pretty rough for about 2 weeks. And luckily the boys didn't catch it. They're freshmen and seniors this year. So, and they're our two youngest. We have 6 kids overall, 4 on their own living outside of the home and 2 at the home. So let's get started with the candles. I actually have all 3 categories today. I have a very small amount of hair. In fact, why don't I do those first actually? Because there's only 2. We'll get those out of the way. I have a ton of skincare and quite a bit of makeup as well. And these are not declutters for the most part. I think I see 1 that or 2 maybe are technical declutters, but I put them in my empties because they're expired and thought that was a good place for them. So hair, this is one, if you've been in my channel on empties, you've seen these before. I utilize these every single week in my hair. This is the L'Oreal Elvive 8 Second Wonder Water. This is the original. They also have an H2O and a Grow Long. They all 3 perform the exact same in my opinion, so whichever one's on sale I grab, and if they're all on sale then I just like grab one of each. I don't really care. I typically keep these stocked in the house. One of them lasts me about 3 months, maybe a little less if my hair is drier or having issues. So I literally buy about 4 of these a year, and so when they're on sale I buy 4 and then I'm good and I don't have to worry about it. So that is that. If you have curly hair, I would not recommend this. It does have almost a straightening ability to it. It does not straighten your hair, but it does relax curls. So if you have it, I would not recommend doing this if you would use curly girl methods or any of those, because this does relax it. The only other one is a travel size of John Frieda's Frizz Ease Moisture Barrier Hairspray in Firm Hold. I don't like firm hold hairsprays, but I'd had this in my like hair stuff for probably 2 or 3 years. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use it. I use it on curly days and wavy days, and then that I was able to use it all, so it is gone. Now to candles. So just for full transparency, from Candle Day, I have my candle containers. There's one on the floor and there's one over there. These only hold 6. I have more than 12, I think. I don't, I have 11. Okay, cool, this will be perfect. That way they're easier to throw away and we don't have to worry about them breaking in the garbage bag, things like that. So I'm gonna do holiday scents first and then we'll work through non-holiday. So one I have is the Winter Pear Forest. If you see the ones without a lid, that is because if it's a decorative lid, I take them, and then when I get new candles and they have a plain lid, I move the plain ones into like my empties, and I actually throw those away and I only keep the decorative. This one is, and my smell is not 100% because I'm still congested from that cold, but this is a really light scent. If you like holiday scents, you want something really calm, not super, you know, forceful in the room. It's pleasant and it's very light. Next one is Peppermint Hot Chocolate. This is one that I thought my family was going to love. It smells just like peppermint hot chocolate. Like it literally smells like you took a sniff of your drink. I thought my kids in particular were going to love this one. Hairs everywhere. They did not care for it. They thought it smelled funny and chemically. I don't actually smell that myself, but they have pretty good noses because they don't have any allergies. Well, my one has an allergy, but most of them don't have allergy. They're hardly ever sick, so they usually have pretty good schnozzes. And mine, I have asthma and allergies and, you know, the whole deal. Next one is Under the Christmas Tree. It does look like this. And this one does literally smell like a fresh Christmas tree. It's almost like a balsam type of scent. I think it says, yeah, balsam, juniper berries, vanilla eggnog, sage leaves, and essential oils. So that one to me smells like the house at Christmas time. We have a fake tree. I've never done real trees in my entire life, but when I'd go to friends and family who had real trees, this is what it reminded me of. Next is the Cinnamon Spice Vanilla. And this one is another really light scent if you don't like a heavy candle scent. These are great. It doesn't have a ton of cinnamon or spice in my opinion. It's like vanilla with just a little like sprinkle. And it still smells really good. Next is the Marshmallow Fireside. This one says, and I don't read all of them because it's like some just don't need it. This is toasted marshmallow, smoldering woods, fire roasted vanilla, crystallized amber. And this is, in my opinion, the candle form of by the fireside or by the fireplace. It has a little bit sweeter note, like because it has the marshmallow in it. That does not, but it has that same like fiery scent. That one really smells really good, but it doesn't, it's not very potent, and it's not because it's light scent, it just doesn't last. So like usually I can burn a candle for an hour or two and then blow out. You can still smell it in the house for a while. This one like dissipates immediately. Next is Under the Christmas Tree. Is it the same one? I think that is. Yeah, this is a duplicate of the other one. I don't want to go through a duplicate. That just makes no sense. So since I have two of the same, we get to skip that one. This is White Pumpkin, and this is Gingered White Pumpkin, Caramel Glaze, Warm Blended Spices. This is another one that smelled really good when it was burning. Not a super heavy scent, and made it smell like fall, winter, all by itself. Now we're on to the non-candle or non-holiday candles. I think I have two of the same. Well, they're similar, so I'll put them together. So I have Eucalyptus Spearmint. This is from the Stress Relief ones. I love these. These are my favorite. And Eucalyptus Mint, which is fresh eucalyptus, sweet spearmint, and lemon zest. So this just adds a lemon zest to it. Both of these smell very similar. I mean, like, I can't tell them apart. So I love these. I have asthma, and eucalyptus is notorious for helping your lungs open up. Now, I'm not saying this is like a doctor's, oh, this is how you treat asthma, or that it's super healthy. I'm using it as a candle. But I do notice when I burn these, I breathe easier, and I notice that my like wheezing and everything calms down. So if I'm having a rough day, if I'm having an asthmatic day, I do like to burn these, and it just like the mint and everything just opens up my sinuses and makes me feel better. Plus, I'm a mint girl, so smelling the mint just gives me joy. Like I use peppermint, everything, lotion, all kinds of stuff, because it just brings me joy. Next is one, I feel like I might have had one of these last month. It's coconut and sandalwood. It has jasmine and musk in it too. This is one that when it wasn't burning, like when I just smell the candle, it smells amazing. When it burned, it was really potent, and I started burning it when I was sick. This one, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I had two of these because usually I buy in twos, but this was the one that I was burning when I first got sick, and I couldn't burn it for the longest time. So finally I actually went out there on the weekend, lit it, went back to my room, and my husband and kids were out there, and it just burned it because I couldn't get used to the scent. It was just like, it smelled repulsive after like being sick and smelling it and everything. It smells fine in here now though. Last one is one that's actually turning into one of my favorites. I never thought that I would say this, but I have this in the body care, and I started using the body care before I got the candle. So when I got the candle, it just like smelled amazing. And this is Into the Night. This one is Sugared Raspberry, Velvet Rose Petals, Shimmering Amber, Creamy Musk. And so normally anything rose I do not like, straight off the top. The only exception to that probably is the Way Hair Care. There's one that is more rose than the other one. And I don't smell the rose on me when I wear it, but other people, I can completely smell it when they wear the perfume and stuff. So it's kind of funny how that works. And I also normally don't get into the sugared fruit. That's not my thing. But this, mixed with the musk and the amber, just smells amazing. It actually reminds me of what was the name of that candle company? There was like a MLM that sold candles. I can't think of the name of it now, but they had one that smelled just like this. I used to become a representative of those types of MLMs just to get like that big free kit, and then I would never buy anything, or I'd just buy my own at a discount. I was really terrible about that, but in a good way, because screw MLMs. Okay, let's do makeup last because there's kind of some juicy stuff in there. So I have two of the Ole Henriksen's Glow 2.0 Dark Spot Toner. This is currently actually refilling my, what is that called? The Ordinary, the Galactic Acid Toner. I just refilled it because I hate this thing. I like having the squirt bottle. I hate's a strong word. I dislike these over the squirt bottle one. So I just poured it in there. I'm about here on it now in the other bottle. So it's not gone yet. That's a refill. And I always try to communicate that so you know exactly what products I'm using, which products I'm not. I like these. They are an astringent because they're a toner, and they can be drying if you use too much, but I have had some breakouts recently. In fact, if you look closely, I'm having an eczema breakout here and around here. We think I'm allergic to the wax that my waxer used yesterday, but we're not 100%. She's going to use a different one next time I go, obviously, but so I get spots and rashes and everything else. So like for the next 2 weeks, I will avoid this area with this because it's already an astringent and drying and everything else. But I have a pimple that I had up here that was just a deep, ugly one. It's very dark red. I will use it in those areas. So that way you kind of can pinpoint. And that's the great thing about toners. You can pinpoint where you're applying it. One I actually did not finish, but I just could not take any longer. This is the Instant Cleansing Balm by Good Molecules. And it does look like this in the product. This is like dealing with candle wax. wax. It doesn't melt properly. It's hard to deal with. Even if I like warm up my hands in the water and then dry them really quick, and then, I mean, like, it just is, I had that much left. I just couldn't take it anymore. So that one is garbage to clutter, whatever. It actually was over a year old when I started using it. So I don't know 100% if that is exactly how the product works, because I've used it before, but I don't remember. And I was less like experienced in cleansing balms then, so I didn't really know what was normal or what my tastes were. But I won't be buying this again unless I talk to someone who could tell me that's not an age problem. And I use a ton of Good Molecule products. One I finished that I'm kind of proud of, to be honest, because it seemed like it had a million things in it. This is the Juice Beauty Stem Cell Resurfacing Micro Exfoliant. I actually really love this. I got this in like a BoxyCharm or an Allure box or whatever. I think it was Allure. And when I first got it, I was like, well, that's great, because if I like it, I'm never buying it again, because I'm not going to pay that much for an exfoliant when I can get some cheaper. But I actually was really impressed with this. I feel like it did a really good job of not drying out my skin, but resurfacing, especially my eczema dryness that it causes like skin patches and things like that. It did a really good job. I also can get patches on my skin because of lupus. I usually get them on my shoulders more than my face, but I can get them on my face, and I also can get mouth ulcers from it. So it's really nice when I find a product. I'm not sure the mouth ulcers related there, but I like to when I find a product that doesn't dry me out additionally, but I can also use for the actual problems I'm having. One that's been in here a bazillion times before, this is the Sephora All Day Hydrator. I love these. I think I only have 2 left. I'm on a mission to use these up and finish all the ones I have in the house, because I bought a ton of them on like the Sephora sales and I wasn't using them actively, so I have a bunch of them and I don't want them to go bad, so I'm on a mission to pan these, unofficially panning them. One I literally love, like this product, there's 2 products that do this exact same like service or benefit, and I love both of them. I actually on Black Friday stocked up on both, so I don't have to buy them the whole year. I already have them. I'm referring to the Radiancy Brightening Treatment Essence from Laneige, and I love this. The other one, the component that is the exact same basic product, is the Ole Henriksen Barrier Boosting Orange Essence. They perform the exact same. This one is much runnier and much like harder to deal with if you're not a cotton pad person. I have reusable bamboo velour pads I use, and I was initially doing it because my Ole Henriksen, I just pour my hands and pat on my face and I'm done. This one you're going to want to use a cotton pad, but my face has brightened and my face has become, my barrier, my moisture barrier has gotten so much better while using these 2 products. So I'm actually just finished this one. I'm using Ole Henriksen this time, and I plan just to alternate until they're gone. Another product that's been in my empties many of times, and I have more of them, so there will be more, is Hyaluronic Acid Boosting Essence by Good Molecules. If you have dry skin, this is amazing. This is one that it's very like watery, liquidy. It's not a serum, it's an essence. And so if you want to have light makeup, light skin, not having something heavy, this is wonderful in the morning. I was using it morning and night, and I noticed my skin was holding moisture better. One that's just a sample, and actually I have a couple samples in here, I think. But this is Shea Moisture Scrub from, is this Tree Hut? And I believe this is, yeah, this is the Moroccan Rose. You can see I still have some water in there I didn't catch, but this is one that I did not realize was up in my shower and was basically gone. I had 1 use left in it, and I just forgot it was up there. And so I noticed it. I grabbed it out to use it. I love that brand. Don't care for that particular scent. It's not terrible. It's better than a pure rose, but still not my thing. For those of you that have asked for my eyelashes, or about my eyelashes, I thought I would show this. This is the generic Latisse that I use on my lashes. That's why I have very long lashes and very thick lashes, but they are not extensions, and I don't wear any falsies, and that is because of this. You do want to use it sparingly. It can cause discoloration on your eyelid if you overdo it, and you never want to use it on your bottom lids or your bottom lashes, because this can change your eye color in a small population of people. So I was stressed by the eye doctor to only use this on my upper lashes. Use it every single day for 4 months, and then use it every other day for the rest of however long you want to use it. I get these from Kroger, and you might not have a Kroger. You could have a Fred Meyer or somewhere else around you, but I paid $32 for 4 months for the generic. So for me, that is way more than worth it. That's about $8 a month to have this. Eyelash extensions would be so much more, so saving a ton of money. From my actual project pan at the end of the year, I was panning this little Laneige sample, and it is totally gone. And I'm actually working through the vanilla one now. I'm trying to work through all these too, like an unofficial pan. That's what I'm working on. One that I've been working on, I think this entire year, because I got it on Black Friday. I don't know when I exactly opened it, but it was early in the year. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Sunscreen. You need so little of this that this lasted me forever. Now, if I'm not going out that day, or if I am not throwing on a full face of makeup, I might throw on a moisturizer that has a sunscreen in it. So I didn't use it 365 times or whatever, but it lasted a long time. If you overuse it or you use too much, it will cause your foundation to pill. I noticed a lot of people complaining about that. When I used smaller amounts, I was fine. The problem with that is with sunscreen, if you're using a smaller amount, are you getting enough on your face for it to be beneficial? So while I enjoyed this product, I probably will not repurchase just because it's finicky. And then I believe this is a sample I received for free from Tatcha last year during my Black Friday orders. And this is the Indigo Overnight Repair. And because of my nails and stuff, I can't get the rest of that out, but that is gone. I'm trying to use these in between fountain moisturizers. So I'll use a full size moisturizer and then I'll use a sample. And a full and a sample. That way I'm kind of going through everything, but I'm not wasting my money. My non-samples aren't sitting there not being used. And then the last skincare is one that I actually purchased on the Black Friday-ish sale. The Ordinary doesn't do a Black Friday sale. They do the whole month of November. And I think it was like 22% or something. It was some odd amount. 23%. Yeah, I think it was 23% for the end of the year. So this is the multi-peptide eye serum. This is not going to erase aging. This is not going to make it look like your eyes are 22. This is purely to rejuvenate, put peptides and moisturizing hyaluronic acid, things like that back in your under eye. Those are serums or nutrients that attract moisture, so it helps you not have as dry of an under eye. I have noticed that my under eyes do look less dry. Doesn't mean I can use the wrong concealer or the wrong powder and it still looks dry, but for the actual moisturizing, this has helped a lot. And so I did repurchase these and I probably will continue to repurchase these. I love these in combination with that vitamin C and the caffeine under eye drops. Makes your under eyes look amazing because they're all the moisture barriers being protected and it gets super smooth and pretty. I have under eye lines since I was in middle school. There's no line-free brandy, but this does help them not look dry. So let's go on to makeup. One that is part of my panning that if you've watched, I have this Frankenstein or Franken Air face spray and I just keep pouring stuff in. This is a barely used Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray and the pump broke. So I actually poured it in that and I'm now back down to probably about half of this or a little bit less, but I just continuously pour ones in there and I like the combination. Then you don't have one that's setting and one that's finishing and all these different things. And that's not the right terms that I was trying to think of, but that's okay. There's some that actually like meld your makeup and make your makeup look prettier. And there's other ones that just set your makeup and hold it in place and can still look powdery, but it's set. That's what I like to mix because they get a little benefit of both. So this isn't technically gone yet because it's pouring that spray, but I wanted to mention it. When I did finish from my panning, actually I have two, I think, in here I finished panning. Three. I have three. Okay, cool. That's awesome. First one is Jacqueline Cosmetics. They are out of business. They are clearancing their entire website. I'd mentioned in a previous video that I noticed everything was on sale, and that's usually not a good sign. They did finally make an announcement, and they are closing shop. I went on Ulta and ordered 2 of the Brighten Up powders. I use that about every single day, and so I'm hoping that'll get me a little while because I use so little because I mix it in with my normal powder, and I use so little, but it's a mainstay product for me and I've not yet found anything that replaces it equally. Another one I finished and cannot say enough nice things about this is the Say Glowy Super Gel in Star Glow. This, it lasted forever. In fact, I was trying to finish it. There was literally just the smallest amount in here when December started and I just made a pact with myself that even if I have to use it all 31 days, I'm going to finish it. I think this lasted till like 28. I mean, it's so moisturizing that you don't need a ton and it looks really good. This is not, in my opinion, that Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Finish Glow. This is a more like lit from within healthy glow. It's not super shimmery. It just makes your skin look super plump and hydrated and makes your foundation look really good underneath. The other one I have is my Hourglass Travel Size. I love, 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 love this concealer. This is, I think, my third one full size to travel, and I did just get a third on Black Friday. In fact, I ordered the wrong color by accident. I wasn't at home when I ordered it, and I got home and I went, oh, sure enough, it came. It was way too dark. Hourglass exchanged it free of charge. They let me mail back the one I had opened, tested everything, and they sent me a new one. And here's the kicker that I thought was amazing. I was delayed in sending the box back because I was sick for 2 weeks. So when I finally sent it back, as soon as it was in transit, they shipped me mine. So like they didn't have to receive it, do whatever, and then ship it. It's just a really nice way. And for them to be able to exchange the complexion products makes you a lot less nervous on trying their products, especially with those prices. I think that is completely worth the price. Something that I let go bad because I collected a bazillion of them and then didn't use them, even though I enjoyed them. So have you ever had that product that you're like, oh my God, I love it so much, I don't want it to like go away, I don't, or it's discontinued, so you don't want to use it, you know, regularly because it might go away, right? Well, these were in BoxyCharm. I think this has got to be 4 years ago. These were in BoxyCharm. This is the Flossy Gloss, and it says my new favorite lip gloss, and it's by a brand called Yule. These are amazing lip glosses. If you ever run into them, they have just enough stick that they don't slide around on your lips, but they're not so sticky that they feel funny. These are a little bit better in that regard than Fenty, and I think Fenty's a 10. So these were amazing. I kept buying them from the shop and then not using them because I wanted to hoard them. And they are all bad. They smell funky. They smell gross. I mean, they're 4 years old or more, so no shit, Brandy. But I just want a voice for using products. Some other ones I decluttered due to age that were like not barely used. I have all these lip products. Every year I do an inventory, I go through my products and I literally swipe every eyeliner. I test every lipstick. I go through and check everything because if you have this much makeup, things are going bad all the time, and it's really important you're not putting it on your face or in your mouth or on your mouth, things like that, by your eyes if things are expired. Doesn't mean I never break that rule. I absolutely do, but I look for physical signs of expiration or this literally a total age. So I bought these Lancome Juicy tubes, and I don't understand why these are popular. I'll be quite honest. I hate these. I think there was 6 or 8 in the original batch. I gave over half to my, well, I guess it was half or over to my daughter, and I kept these with the intention that these can be used over lipsticks. I'll be able to finish them. It'd be great. Every time I reach for them, I'd be like, no, I won't use that. So these are now, I think, 2 years old, if I'm not mistaken. A year old at least, but possibly 2, because I just can't put my finger on when I bought them. Another one that expired is the Pat McGrath little cute little heart. That is expired. I have no idea when I bought that. It would be at least 2 years probably. Bite Beauty has been out of business for at least, I think, a year this month or next month. And I bought this well before that. This is a lipstick that I don't think was ever used. And it's a pretty color, but it's now expired and smells funky. It smells like old Play-Doh. And then these two are 2 different brands. I have the Lucid Lip from Kaleidos, and I have the Glossier, like this is the, what do they call that? Holographic something. So they're both lip glosses, and they are both expired by a really, really, really long time. So I'm just getting rid of those. And then, okay, so another expiration, I have the Dose of Colors. This is the Splash eyeliner. I really like their eyeliners. They stay really well in the waterline, but it was dry and crusty and expired. Then I have a CoverGirl Exhibitionist, same thing. They literally like, they're almost like clouded over because they're so dried out. And then this is a Bare Minerals like sample. I've tried it, used it a couple times, but it is now dried out and expired. 2 mascaras. I have these in here all the time. I love the Sky High. This is the Superhero by It. I like both of these. These are my #1 favorite mascaras of any of them. Some used products. Let's do that now. So I'm on a mission to use up all of my eyeshadow primers, like every one in a row, so that I'm not wasting any of them. And so I've been working on Anastasia right now. When I was younger, this first came out, this was like my #1 go-to, like holy grail primer. Now that I'm getting older, I don't care for them as much. And I'm not sure if it's because the product is bad or if it's because I'm aging. I'm not sure what it is, but I have a little bit left. I think I only have 1 more. I just checked. I have 1 that's like basically almost to the stage, and then I have 1 full one. So when those are gone, then I will not repurchase it, but I am getting my use out of it. This is completely empty, and the other one maybe has 1 or 2 uses left in it. Another one I finished, this is actually a sample. This is the Lancome Idole Ultra Precise Waterproof Liner. If you've ever looked for a waterproof liner, this thing is like super waterproof. Like it took like 4 oils the first time I used it before I figured out a system with it. Now my system is I actually, normally when I put my cleansing oil on, like I rub it all over my face, and I do my eyes in that process, but then after it sits from it, I go back in and I like rub and like just try to get the oil into the mascara and break it down and the eyeliner and everything else. Well, now I actually go in and do my eyes, like not forcefully, this is gentle rubbing. I rub them when this is on, and then I go through and do my face, and then I come back, and sometimes I have to reapply oil, but stellar eyeliner, never ran, never moved, looked beautiful the whole time. I actually went back on Black Friday and bought one of them because I was like, I love it. No, I bought 2. I bought a brown and a black. This one is the Revlon Color Stay Brow Creator. This had a spoolie on the end and it broke off. This was a really good eyeliner or eyebrow liner. It is the right color for me. I'm a cooler taupe, but if it's too cool, it looks like dead. And if it's too warm, it makes it not match my hair. So I love this. It was like the perfect color and worked really well. I've been doing the same thing with my eyebrows. I've been trying to go through and use the ones that are open, use them up and then move on to other ones. Another one I finished is the Catrice Slimmatic Ultra Precise. All of these were open and partially used, so none of them were like started and finished in this month, but that's when I completed it. And then this one I had talked about previously, Dexterity. This is about how short I can handle sharpening. Once we get to a super short, it hurts my hands to grip. I have lupus and some other arthritis issues, so it just is something that's very difficult for me, so that's going in the garbage. And then last is a less than 3-month-old Makeup Forever foundation. I brought this from Sephora. They had it on sale for $31, and this is one of my Holy Grail foundations, and I had a travel size. So I was like, okay, you know what? That's great. I know someone else who wants to try it. There was only like that much left in my travel size. So I was like, bet, I'll give that to her. I'll take this. This is like 4 shades darker than it was. This is my Holy Grail color, not. And it's all broken out and smells and reeks. I contacted Sephora. They only have a 60-day guarantee for their products. So I am out this money. And they gave me, I think it was 200 points to compensate. Now, I get return policies. I'm not one to be like, oh, you should just return policy. But I do think when you sell a product that goes bad in 3 months, you sold me a bad product. And that's a problem. It's not me changing my mind. It's not, I mean, I could take it to the store and show them. Anyone could see it. Made me very frustrated, but I'm going to keep it moving and try to stop buying so many foundations if I'm having things that are going bad. Because if I'd been only using this, I would have had 3 months of use in it before it went bad, because I owned it for 3 months. So there's personal responsibility there as well. So that is my empties for December of 2023. I hope you'll come back next year and see my new pan challenges, my empties each month with my mini reviews, and all the other things that I am planning for next year. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and I hope I see you again next year. Happy New Year, everybody. Have a good one.